Are you ready to discover how a simple change in your diet, like adding superfoods, could totally transform your health as you hit middle age? What if I told you there are foods out there packed with nutrients that could help prevent and even treat diseases? Curious about what these superfoods are and how they can boost your health? Superfoods are fascinating. Let's dive into which ones truly benefit those over 45. Welcome to Invictus Immunis for inspiration to help you make lifestyle changes that leave you feeling unstoppable. So let's start off with one of the most popular superfoods out there, avocados. We will also talk about what they do to your body and why they might be considered a superfood. The truth is that avocados are very nutritious. They're rich in potassium, vitamin K, folate, and vitamin E. One medium avocado contains about 30 grams of fiber, which is about 1/8 of the total daily fiber recommended for men, and about 1/10 of the total daily fiber recommended for women. Avocados also contain antioxidants like carotenoids, lutein, and zeaxanthin. Now the question is, what does this do for our bodies? Well, the high potassium content can lower blood pressure, the fiber content can improve digestion and help with weight loss, and the monounsaturated fats found in avocados can improve your HDL cholesterol and decrease your LDL cholesterol. In fact, eating an avocado every day can raise your HDL cholesterol by 20 mg per deciliter, or 5.2 millimoles per liter. That's equivalent to adding 5 mg per deciliter, or 1.3 millimoles per liter of cholesterol to your HDL for every 200 calories you eat. Now, unfortunately, there are no studies that look at the effect of adding an avocado a day to your diet on heart attacks or strokes. So can we really call avocados a superfood? Sure, they're very healthy, but calling them a superfood is just marketing speak. What about oats? Oats contain a type of fiber called beta-glucan. Eating just 3 grams of beta-glucan daily can lower your total cholesterol by 20 mg per deciliter, or half of what adding an avocado a day can do. And that's for just 3 grams of beta-glucan. An ounce of oats contains almost 6 grams of beta-glucan. In addition, oats are a good source of magnesium, which is associated with improved insulin sensitivity and improved blood sugar control. The easiest way to add oats to your diet is to replace your morning cereal with oatmeal. Unfortunately, there are no studies on whether eating oats lowers the risk of heart attacks or strokes, but it can certainly lower your cholesterol. So again, is oat a superfood? No, just a very healthy food. Let's move on to another popular superfood, tomatoes. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, a carotenoid that has antioxidant properties. Cooking tomatoes makes more lycopene available to our bodies. Studies show that eating foods with lycopene can lower prostate cancer risk, especially in men who have already had prostate cancer before. But unfortunately, there are no studies that show that eating tomatoes lowers the risk of dying from prostate cancer or reduces the risk of getting other cancers. Also, don't forget that cooking oils can add unnecessary extra calories to your diet. So unless you're actually replacing a meal with tomatoes or you're just having a small portion of them as part of a meal, the extra calories may negate any benefit of the lycopene. So are tomatoes a superfood? Not really. How about salmon? Salmon is a good source of protein and contains omega-3 fatty acids. Studies show that eating fish twice a week, especially fatty fish like salmon, can lower your risk of heart disease and stroke by about 17%. A study of 17,000 Japanese people showed that those who ate fish 2 or more times per week had a lower risk of death from heart disease, stroke, and all causes of death. Another study of over 45,000 women showed that those who ate fish more than once a week had a lower risk of developing rheumatoid arthritis. Fish is a good source of vitamin D, and studies show that adequate vitamin D levels can lower your risk of hypertension, diabetes, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, depression, and even cancer. So yes, I think we can call salmon a superfood since it has so many health benefits. What about blueberries? Blueberries are full of antioxidants that help protect against free radicals in our bodies. Free radicals can damage cells and DNA, and have been implicated in things like cancer, heart disease, and Alzheimer's disease. In one study, overweight but otherwise healthy men were given either 50 grams of blueberries or a placebo every day for 12 weeks. At the end of the study, the men who ate blueberries daily had significantly better insulin sensitivity than the men who got the placebo. This was despite the fact that both groups lost a similar amount of weight during the study. Another study showed that eating blueberries lowered inflammatory markers in overweight middle-aged women. A third study showed that eating blueberries lowered blood pressure in overweight men. And lastly, a fourth study showed that eating blueberries improved exercise capacity in older adults. So I would say, yes, blueberries are a superfood. Okay, what about kale? Kale is full of vitamins A, C, K, and many others. It's also full of antioxidants, phytochemicals, and plant sterols. Plant sterols have been shown to lower cholesterol, but unfortunately, there aren't any studies that look at whether eating kale lowers the risk of heart attack or stroke. There is, however, a study that shows that eating kale can lower the risk of dying prematurely from all causes combined. In this study, men and women who ate kale more than once a week were 13% less likely to die from any cause during the study period than those who didn't eat kale. So I guess I would consider kale a superfood. What about turmeric? Turmeric is a bright yellow spice that comes from the turmeric plant. The active ingredient is curcumin. Curcumin has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. A study done in India showed that eating turmeric every day improved knee pain and function in people with osteoarthritis. Another study done in India showed that eating turmeric daily lowered fasting blood sugars in people with type 2 diabetes. Yet another study done in Japan showed that eating turmeric daily lowered inflammatory markers in people with metabolic syndrome. Now, none of these studies were done in people over 45 years of age, but I did find one study done in people under 45 that showed eating turmeric daily lowered the risk of depression. So is turmeric a superfood? Yes, I think so. How about green tea? Green tea contains catechins, which are polyphenols with antioxidant properties. Studies show that drinking green tea can reduce the risk of getting cardiovascular disease, cancer, and stroke. However, most of these studies have been done in people in Asia, specifically Japan, where green tea is a big part of the culture. There's very few studies done in Western populations. One study done in Western populations showed that people who drank 3 or more servings of green tea a day had a 31% lower risk of getting breast cancer than those who didn't drink any green tea. Another study done in Western populations showed that drinking 4 or more servings of green tea a day lowered the risk of dying prematurely from all causes combined by 20%. So yes, I think green tea is a superfood. Last but not least, what about dark chocolate? Dark chocolate contains flavonoid, which is a type of polyphenol. Flavonoid has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. A study done in Switzerland showed that eating 1 ounce of dark chocolate a day for 8 weeks improved blood flow to the brain. Another study done in Germany showed that eating 1 ounce of dark chocolate a day for 15 days improved blood flow to the heart. Still another study done in the UK showed that eating 1 ounce of dark chocolate a day for 12 weeks improved blood flow to the muscles. So yes, I think we can call dark chocolate a superfood. The key to remember is that no single food is going to be a magic bullet for improving your health. You must still follow the basic principles of eating mostly plants, including lots of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. You should also include some lean protein sources with your meals and only occasionally eat added sugar, salt, and saturated fat. If you have a superfood that you think works, let us know in the comments below. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button now, and you definitely need to subscribe to Invictus Immunis for more natural health tips. Join our community and stay unstoppable.